Right, Malik Scott, how are you?
I'm good.
There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and it's difficult for me here because I love both you guys. I love Derek and I love you. You know that. But as a journalist, there are questions that need to be asked.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about first you coming to England. How was it when you got to England? How was it how was it for you when you came to England? Did you find it difficult or your first trip to the UK?
It was incredible, man. The UK fans is great. Everything was good. Everything was perfect, man. I got right here, got acclimated real good, and I had some great workouts. My team was with me. I had a great training camp. It was all good, baby. It was good. I wish the result was a lot different, but it's all good. And the UK is great.
Okay. Going into the fight, how were you feeling?
I was feeling good. I was feeling like I was about 5 to 10 steps ahead of Derek going into the fight. Felt as though it was a good fight. It was a good matchup. A classic boxer versus a classic slugger, and it was a good fight. And I felt good going into the fight.
So, what was the difference for you fighting from the US to the UK? Okay, first of all, it's obvious you're now fighting in someone else's backyard.
Right.
Other than that,
what was the difference? It really wasn't too much of a difference, man, because, a ring is a ring, the earth is my turf, and it was a good fight. It wasn't really no difference. It was a ring, and, I was in somebody's country, and they're basically their hometown and backyard, literally. And it was a little different than when I fought Glasscoff in New York on his promoter show. No, what I did tonight was literally come to somebody's hometown, their backyard, their country. And, me and my team took it on, and, what happened, happened.
Derek Chisora, the fighter, when he was coming in and moving his head and stuff, how easy was it, or how difficult was it for you to connect and land punches?
It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, but I blame myself more than giving Derek that credit. He has good head movement, as you can see in his fights against Hay. Against his fights against Vitali, his fights against Fury, like his head movement is one of his best qualities. And he moves his body like low too. He's not just moving his head. He bends his knees and get under shots. Well, he uses knees as well as his upper body to get away from punches. So there was a couple times I missed with about like 2 or 3 punches at a time, and my jab wasn't landing how I wanted it to. But that was all on a discredit part of me. You know what I mean? I wasn't changing levels enough, and it was what it was.
And as a puncher, how hard a puncher is Derek Chisora?
We heavyweights, everybody can punch to me. Baby, I don't really know how to answer the whole puncher thing.
Well, because people say Derek Chisora isn't a big one-punch knockout artist. I mean, his career is, he threw a lot of punches at Fury, but at no point in time did Fury look like he was going down.
Right.
It took him about 20 punches to get rid of Sam Sexton.
Right.
So to you, gauging, you've done a lot of sparring, you've fought a lot of fighters, you've obviously been in ring sparring with Lennox Lewis, you've sparred with Tyson Fury.
He's nowhere near, a Lennox Lewis or a Vladimir Klitschko or none of them type of guys. He has, heavyweight power. And when I say heavyweight power, that means under the lights, 10-ounce gloves on, like I believe he can hurt somebody. Them same guys that you say that he wasn't hurting, I didn't really see them guys really hurt him too much neither, including Vitaly Klitschko, including Tyson Fury. The only person I seen hurting was the haymaker, David Hay, and we know what he comes to do when he fight. That's his whole purpose. And plus, he's shorter. I never seen a tall guy actually hurt Derek, and it was a good fight. And, he's a good fighter, tough fighter.
Questions are, when that punch hit you at the back of your head and you went down, for a lot of the fans, a lot of the boxing fans, the question, and across a lot of the Twitter pages, and you'll read it yourself, they say you were 2 things with Malik Scott.
Yeah.
The first accusation is Malik Scott has got no heart. Malik Scott bottled it. That's the first.
I buckled him?
You bottled it. You lacked heart. That's the first accusation, and you'll see it across Twitter. You'll read it in the papers. That's the first thing that's being said.
Right, I didn't read that one yet about me not having no heart.
That's going to come up. That will come up because the UK fans. You read the Twitters, it will come up. It'll say you had no heart. The second thing, and more importantly, the second thing is, you went down. Mm-hmm. You looked, as far as I was concerned, and probably a lot of other people, you looked okay. You looked fine. Mm-hmm. That punch that hit you in the back of the head. I know that in the conversation with Peter Fury. He talked about you damaging your eardrum. Was that the same sort of punch that Tyson Fury threw at you that you got hit with by Derek Chisora?
No, that was the same type of punch Deontay Wilder knocked me down with in training camp. It was a while ago, but it was that same type of punch. Like it's like a behind the head equilibrium shot, yep. And we have weights and we punching each other, man. I have no reason as far as me not having no heart, that's extremely ludicrous. I'm boxing, I'm fighting, we in there, we trading shots. I believe I was even up on a couple of the cars, something like that. And I got caught with a good shot. I'm a professional. When I got caught with this shot, the same way I was knocked down in training camp, I don't hop right up. You know, I'm not getting up and doing the Zab Judah. You know, I'm fully aware of what's going on. I probably should have got up at 8 instead of 9, but the whole thing is it out. So if people are going to talk about something, they need to talk about the facts. And the facts is everywhere in the world, and I've been in this noble art since I've been 12 years old, that it's called being counted out when they count to 10. If I'm up, you know how many fighters and champions I've seen get up at 8 and barely. Now, if I get up at 8 or 9, then stop it. But that wasn't the case. I got up. I'm looking at the ref in his eyes. I looked at my corner. Everything was good, and they just stopped the fight. I don't think me having some heart, that shouldn't even get brought up at all. Like, it was a good fight. Me and Derek both had great moments. He caught me with a shot. I'm a professional. I go down. I didn't plan to go down. Like, this is not some shit I planned to do. Like, I'm going to go down.
So that we're leading to the second point here. The second point is this. The possibility that there was extra money given for you to stay on the canvas. That's another thing that's been said. Yeah, but listen, you're gonna hear it all. You'll hear it all. Because people think, well, hold on, Malik seemed good. So they're saying, you looked okay. But from the referee's point of view, a fast count, you didn't make it to 10, the referee didn't count to 10, they stopped you as quick as possible, the fight's a fix.
Right.
That's, I don't know how many times you've seen the fight yourself now, because obviously you've just come out of the fight, and I appreciate you doing the interview with me, you really appreciate it. But from the viewpoint of a lot of the fans, that's the second viewpoint. That that between yourself and the referee, when you went down, you were in good condition. You could have kept on fighting. There was nothing wrong with you. The referee gave you a fast count so Derek could get the victory. And at the end of the day, if Derek had lost that fight, that would have been the end of his career. For you, you've taken a loss. So you've taken a loss. More people will be more likely to fight you. And you could have got paid more money as well. That's a saying. I'm not suggesting that's what I think, but that is what's out there at the moment. That's why I'm doing the interview with you now, to find out what Malik Scott thinks, not what other fans think, what you think as a man.
Well, I think honestly, I think that's unfair for people to take a good fight like me and Derek Granada like that and even say things like that a fight was fixed, or I have no heart, or I like all that type of shit. That's the type of shit that it gets me to it. That really gets me a little bit upset because one, me and Derek, we trained hard for this fight. Derek won. I would prefer the fight not to be put around no controversy and take credit from his victory. So people really need to just kill that shit. Like anything that have to do with extra money or nothing or anything like that given out to me or a referee. No, like I really don't even know how to address that type of situation because I got so much honor when it comes to this noble art and when it comes to other fighters and when it comes to me that I don't even agree with I can't even believe I'm in a discussion like that about.
I know you're not because then following on to that, you were so gracious in defeat. I mean, so gracious in defeat. There was no anger in you. You were like, okay, they stopped the fight and fine, that's it. I mean,